In this Arc Raiders video, guys, I'm going to show you guys my Blue Gate preferred run to get you the most amount of loot possible. I walked out of here with about almost $90,000 worth of loot, and I also got 2 looting MK Survivor blueprints in my safe pocket, and I also have a Blaze Grenade blueprint as well. So I'm going to show you guys the route that I do. So if you guys want more of these videos, if you like this, make sure to drop a like. Consider subscribing to the channel for more Arc Raiders content. And without further ado, let's get on with the raid. Alright, so it looks like we spawned right in near the village. So the first area that we want to go to is the reinforced reception. That is the closest one that we get to the underground, and I'm going to show you guys the underground path that I do here. So first things first, we're going to run up in here, and there's a breached door, which you probably have seen online all over the place. But before we go in, right off to the side of this building right here in this corner, there's usually a weapon case, but that one hasn't really spawned that much. So we're going to go back into the building, and then we're going to drop down once we get past all this. And this is a fresh raid too, so one thing I do prefer is go to a regular Blue Gate map. Do not do, I personally would recommend do not do when there is an event going on or anything crazy like a matriarch or the harvester, because then that way it kind of lowers the chances of people coming through here. So you want to come up, go through here. If there's any arc enemies, just take out, you know, whatever you got to take out. I just brought a simple Berletta, but this is the magical room that you want to go in. Now I know this area might be hot. Now I would say I did about 5 or 6 runs, and I think 2 of those runs I came across people. For the other 4 times I was able to get in and get out pretty quickly, especially on a fresh raid. Now if you do spawn on the other side of the map, I would just highly suggest to just extract or maybe bring a raider hatch key and just quickly go out. So there you go, boom, there is my first blueprint. Going to search the next case, and I think I got it next right here in this one right here. Yeah, right off the bat, 2 looting MK3 survivor blueprints. So I'm gonna give that to one of my buddies that needs it. So go ahead and search all of these containers. This is a great area to try and get blueprints in. Then we have the security breach. So if you do have the security breach skill, I think almost everybody does at this point, make sure to check those. We got an El Toro 2, we got some magnetic grenades, mod components, we got a broken taser, complex gun parts. There was trigger nades in there as well, but I'm going to leave those in there. Alright, second one, we got blaze grenade, some complex gun parts again, and broken gun in the weapon case. We got a Berletta and a compensator. So I don't really like picking up the Berlettas, but if you do every now and then go ahead and pick those up. Now it's for the second area for loot. You want to come out here, and there is this terminal right where we dropped in at, and this will give you a color code, which is either blue, red, or yellow. And once you get a color, you want to follow the colors on the walls. So I heard some people coming, so I hit them with the old don't shoot emote. So we got blue, so we want to follow the blue line until we get to this area. There's a couple arc in here we're going to take care of before we get into that bin. Take care of this fireball. So we got some people in here, just give them the old don't shoot. Luckily I didn't really come across anybody in this. So this container usually has a bunch of ammo, some supplies, but sometimes you can't get really lucky and get a few weapons out of there. But we didn't really get anything during that one. We did get a key out of that one, which is pretty cool. Now there is the locked door that you saw to my left. Now when I'm playing solos, I prefer not to go into that room because a lot of people will either lock you in the room or they will just shoot you when you're trying to carry the battery to open the door. It's the door right here on my right. You can go ahead and open that one, but that's up to you if you want to go ahead and open that. But when I do solos, I kind of leave it alone. I prefer that with like squad gameplay. So I go out to here. There's some lockers that come out to go and investigate, take care of the spider. So these lockers right here, these and the red lockers usually have some pretty decent stuff. So we got a trinket here, we got a light bulb.
Hey, don't shoot.
Still giving them the old don't shoot. This one had a... Oh, and here's our Blaze Grenade blueprint that I was able to obtain. Some more ammo, some basic stuff. Another trinket. But yeah, do not sleep on those lockers. Now, there is a zip line that I like to go up here. Now, I would go back the way I came, or there is another route, but because those people were there, I did not push that way. Because you never know, in Arc Raiders, you might get, flanked on. Alright, so now that I had to change routes, we want to, I think we want to go over towards the checkpoint. Because the checkpoint does have some... does have a weapon case spawn, and there's also a weapon case spawn on top of this gate right here by the tunnel. So right by the bench that you see off right on the landing that I'm on right now. I just heard some people, so I was looking around. So right here, there is a weapon case and or grenade tube spawn. Someone already opened the weapon case, but did not open the grenade tube, which is pretty weird. So we got a we got a blue grenade, and oh, someone didn't take the grip. You can always put the grip on something that you have to make up less space, so just like the muzzle here as well, so we can grab some more stuff. Now, when it comes to loadouts, like I said, I usually just like to bring a Beretta, or if you bring like the looting MK2, which is the blue augment, that one I like to bring because that one holds quite a bit of loot. I think it's like you get plus 80 weight or something like that. So drop down here. This is another entrance to the tunnel. This is by the maintenance wing. So go ahead and drop on down. Once you get to here, there is another color code area that we're going to activate here soon. So we go to our left, and we're going to follow the tunnels with all the red lights. And right into this room to the left, there's usually some lockers, but it looks like these have already been looted. So we're going to continue our way. Grab this air freshener. Nice little trinket. So continue down the hallway here. Take out these spiders. These guys are super annoying. Oh, and also bring a lot of adrenaline shots too. Like those greatly help you like clear the maps and also like run away from arcs and all that. So once we get here, this is the area that we want to be in. Don't mind me, I'm a noob. Once we take care of that arc, there's this room right here that has quite a few red lockers. So these are not open. Sometimes, oh, we might have some goodies in here. So we got a couple trinkets. These red lockers usually have some pretty decent loot. Another light bulb. This is, I think, like usually an explosive cabinet. Yeah, there's some crew explosives and explosive compound. All right. And then here is our next terminal that we want to activate. And while that's loading, we're going to hit this. Nothing too crazy. All right, so it is blue, so follow the blue sign. So once you go down, you're going to look to the left, follow the blue arrow, and it's to this first room to the right. Just follow the colored signs, and you'll eventually come across where this goes. So we got a kettle 2, some bandages. Oh, a Tarante, defibrillator, heavy fuse. So not too bad right there. I think I want to... Sometimes, if you like the kettle, go ahead and grab that kettle. But I like using other weapons. I know a lot of people like to prefer using the kettle, but I'd rather take the Tarante and save up space for other stuff. Take out these arc. Usually when you come across here, there's going to be a bunch of pops, fireballs, and little spiders. But we're going to continue our way towards the end of the wing. So here's the yellow, the location of that terminal. So if you go towards the end of the tunnel, you also have these armored cars here too. So if you have the patrol car key, you can also open those and get a free weapon case. So in this first dead end, we do have a weapon case spawn that's right in the middle here. So we did get a Beretta once again. Even some of these little suitcases might have some stuff. So right here, I got a compensator, bicycle pump, that can break down into some useful parts. Keep continuing on to the back end of the underground here. Now there is a security breach right there, off to our right. So we're gonna grab this security breach. Highly recommend getting the security breach skill, guys, if you don't have. So we got heavy gun parts, medium gun parts, and some grenades and ammo. So not too lucky there. And then this next one, weapon case spawn right by this bed here. So we got an Arpeggio. Usually I like to break those down for mechanical components. I don't really like using the Arpeggio. So let's take out some of the arc here. Alright, now normally, depending on where you spawn, you would continue going down to the right where I am, and that would put you where that room is, where we got all that where we got the blueprints. So what I like to do, since I already hit that spot, we are going to go into the middle here, pop our adrenaline shot. And like I said, if you come across any of the armored cars and you have a patrol car key, you can open one of those up and get a free weapon case. But there is 2 other weapon case spawns once you get up into the middle here, into these outer rings. So right where that turn is usually where a weapon case spawns. So if you look, oh, so we got one right here. It can spawn on either side. Make sure you look on both sides. What I gotta do is jump on the outer rim here, hop into this weapon case, and we got another Arpeggio. So we're not getting too many pink weapons, but hey, it's a weapon. Blue Gate is pretty much an essential map getting some weapons. So all right, once we're now in the middle here, we want to go and head on up. So make sure to go up the staircase, and basically you can just do this route either backwards or the way that I do it, depending on where you spawn, guys. If you spawn near the village, it's the best spawn that you can get into, because you can just hop right in and go right to that room and be one of the first people there. All right, so now that we're here, we're gonna head on back toward the village area. And again, you always want to try and bring a Raider hatch key. So we do got some arc on us. Let's see if we can take out this Stitcher. He won't stop flying. I don't want to miss. So I think I'm just going to pull out my Beretta and take care of him. And I think he's going to spawn because this takes forever to reload. So we're just going to pop our adrenaline in and go. Oh, got tagged by the... So once I dodge these guys, right by this light post, there is a backpack right here, and that usually has some pretty good stuff in it. It can either have some medical stuff, some ammo, bandages, or even some blueprints or some rare items as well. But let me just dodge these arc, just make sure we take care of those. Village is also another decent spot for getting like trinkets and stuff. But once we get rid of the arc, I'm gonna head on back to that lamp post because it looked like it was not open, but someone of course has already been here, so I don't want to stay too long. So I think we're good. We're gonna head back. I think the arc has flown away. All right, so let's go back to the light post. And there's, I think, 2 or 3 other locations of backpacks in like really close to each other here. So we have this lamppost here. Got some mod components, some other wires and stuff. You guys need those, but mod components are useful for creating the different weapon mods. So like your silencers and vertical grips and stuff like that. And we're gonna go to that lucky hatch once we're done. Now, once you come down here to this pipe, it's already been looted. But this is a backpack spawn as well. And that is pretty much it for the run. Once you get close to the Raider hatch, right by this cage to my left where the vehicle is in, that's another backpack spawn. But that is pretty much it. We got out with almost, like I said, about 90,000 dollars worth of stuff. Got a few weapons, and we got 3 blueprints. One of them I'm going to give to one of my buddies because we have been searching heavily for these looting MK3 survivors. We also have a key to use, and we got some decent stuff. We got some grenades, got some weapon parts to craft some stuff, some compensator. So I've done this a couple other times and have gotten either just weapons, or even sometimes even get lucky and you can get Tempests. Now you can also try and do this route on a night raid and you might have a better turnout, but of course you might get hit heavily with some PvP. So if you guys like this run, or if you guys have any tips, tricks, anything else you want to share along with this Blue Gate run, make sure to drop it down in the comments below. And again, guys, thank you so much for the love and support here on the channel for Arc Raiders, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.